Hey, hi, and welcome to another weekly connection. So, today we have a lot to talk about, and hopefully some pictures from the lake. That'll be fun. Um, you know, During the month of May, we are going to have a lot more of an influx of energy coming in, and that eclipse was a good banger-inger. Anyway, it will continue to do that, but it should now smooth out a little bit in the next week or so. But we really want to work on accepting in all the light that's being sent to us so that we can move upward quickly. So let's do our thing. We have Saint Germain leading with Lord Katumi, Lord Lanto, and Lady Portia. And now we're going to take our cosmic thrust oil and one drop. Bring it into your hands. Get that energy moving in there, and then cup your heads. Bring it forward. Deep breath in. Thank you. So this aligns us, heaven and earth, and allows us to connect. So I was having a ditty with some of the higher beings, and we were talking about violence. And one thing that they said was that when you have extreme anger, the extreme anger that you see on earth is an act of violence. You don't have to shoot someone for it to be abusive, right? So in higher dimensions, if there's a breakthrough of anger in any extreme way, it's considered an act of violence, and you're quarantined into a healthcare facility to help you understand and to clear what is blocking you from understanding, to be able to move forward. Because in higher consciousness, we don't have the violence, we don't have the war, we don't have the shooting. So you are being asked to shift and change that DNA structure so that we are no longer 3D violent beings. We are no longer coming from that energy that is me, my, I, and we're working on bringing that down. So in the month of May, we are really focusing on those actions, on that part of being able to transmute those lower primal vibrational responses. So let's be focused on that. So seeing that in yourself, seeing that you are overreacting or having an issue, and that will help you to be able to quell it within ourselves, which is where it starts, but then it radiates out into the collective consciousness so that we help and shift others who don't have the light, who don't have the energy to have that light and that energy, so that we can stop the violence. We're all very tired of it. And we don't want to convince people that what we know is right, because that's just my ego saying, I know what's right. But what is right? What is wrong? Well, anything that is in harmony and in balance with the heart energy. Pat and I were talking about this, how we need to really concentrate on coming from I call it our heart hum. There's a hummingness in your centeredness that keeps you strong, that keeps you light, that keeps you spreading the light like the light seed that you are. And when you lose that heart hum, your ego right away goes and it's just a bunch of hooky pooky, right? When you come from that heart hum, you and others around you know that you are coming from that centered space, that you are coming from love, that you are coming from light. Because just like we teach in conscious use of power, when you are not coming from ego, when your ego is quiet, content, happy. People notice that, and they want that happiness. Everyone wants happiness. So it's our job as the light seeds to promote happiness, to do that. When I teach people how to use a dowser, I usually say, people, they're really into numbers and percentage, what percentage of this and what percentage. And I'm like, if I want to buy a red car or a blue car, here's what I want to know. How long will I be happy with the red car? How long will I be happy with the blue car? All I care about is which one makes me happier for the longer time, because nothing else matters. So Lord Lanto is saying that we really need to work on dissolving all of those base reactions of need, because there's only one need, and that's love. And if you feel that love, then you feel happiness. So let's do it. Lord Lanto is going to lead our meditation. So let's do it. So we're going to bring that light in from source. So let's get the oil here. Goody, goody. We're going to take one drop and we're going to put it clockwise on our third eye, so that our third eye will, I just put it all over the place. And our third eye will open. And you may have been feeling some of that pressure up here as that chakra is decalcifying, as I say. So we want to be the light seed, and we want to bring this light through ourselves and into others, especially those that don't know any better. And on the third dimension, there are many, many who don't know any better. It is not our job to tell them what is better, because what I think ideologically in my brain, intellectually in my mind, doesn't matter one bit. If I think this politician is good and that politician is bad, fine, have an opinion. But that is not truth, ever. It's my opinion. Truth is that knowingness that the light prevails, that the light is moving consciousness upward. And when you come from your heart hum, as many say, T particularly, true compassion doesn't care. I no longer need to convince you that I am right or someone else is wrong or whatever. Our job is to be the light, to come from that heart place, feel that hum inside of us, so that we are generating light, love. Everything is love. Everyone needs love. That's all we have to do, and the rest sorts it out. It just sorts itself out when we get our minds out of the way. And that's the best way to move forward. So we're going to visualize that light. I was just saying Lord Lanto's a little chatty today. We visualize that light coming from source. Gold, yummy, thick, viscous. And it comes in through the top of your head. And it just pours down through the body. And this is the yang energy of the Father that comes down the front. And it comes all the way down through into your knees, legs, feet, and out your feet into the earth, where the mother grabs onto your golden lariat and says, welcome. So glad to have you aboard. And you take that lariat and she assists you in bringing it right around the grid, which is her energy field, her light center. And we bring that all the way up with an essence of her up our back. And then we join it again at source. And we bring it around, down the front, up the back, down the front, up the back. And you just keep getting your orbit on, baby. Just keep bringing that orbit around and around and around. And take a deep breath and let it out, because it feels so good to be in that centered place. And we start at the well of the mother, where we're developing that connection to oneness, that we know that we are all connected, and we feel that connectedness. And we know that we are here on earth at this time to gain the most amount of conscious evolution we can. In this lifetime, you are gaining more advancement in your evolution than you ever could anywhere at any other time. Because in this portal, as we're opening up into the fifth dimension, all of the 3D malformed thought patterns that have manifested throughout this planet are being dissolved through you. So it's a very important time to put your feet deep into the earth. Feel that vibration. And you bring it up into the well. And the more you light up that until the well, the root, and the more you light that up, the more you feel that connection to earth. And you dissolve all that 3D junk in your DNA. And that DNA strand, like we said before, which is like melted hot glue, starts to dissolve and unravel into the 12 strands it was supposed to be. And then we bring it up into the sacral chakra. And we have Lord Kutumi and Lord Lanto leading us today. So you know this is important because they're both connected to the sacral chakra. And we let it dissolve all the dogma, all the things you think are right and wrong. Because when you come from that heart hum, you don't have to be told what's right or wrong. You don't have to think about what's right or wrong. You know. You have that humming knowing. Has nothing to do with your noggin. Nothing. Has to do with your heart. So we fill that up. And then we bring it up into conscious use of power, which sits right on your spleen. And we feel that energy clearing away all of our ego conflict. And that's that pearlescent color. It's like a mother of pearl color, but the moonstone represents it. And so then we let that radiate as we go into our solar plexus. And we feel our energy moving out our solar plexus to all of humanity. And they in turn see us as a light beam. And in this way, we interact with the collective consciousness without falling into the blah, blah of what the news wants you to be afraid about or who's doing what. We just stay centered. We stay in that love space where we feel that hum. And then we bring it over to our liver, right? Which is the empathic shield, which allows us to understand those we don't understand. And that's a very powerful thing because it's important to understand the suffering that is on the third dimension. And that even people, I always say bad people don't know they're bad. They think they're loving and kind. You hear it so much, you see it so much. They're doing the best they can, but they want love. They want light, and they're not getting it. So as a light seed, you are the lighthouse that beams that light to them. And little by little, melting that candle on the ice, we shift and we change humanity. And then we go into our heart and we just beam that love. We beam that light to everyone, no matter what. And we bring it into our thymus, which is our intention. And this is where we need to be impeccable with our thoughts. We need to really know, be aware, be conscious of what you're thinking. And if you look on the news and you go, why is that person such a so-and-so? And then your intention would be to promote so-and-so. So that isn't what we say. We say, let's send that guy some love, or girl. But let's send that person some love, because they don't understand, because they're so lacking in light. And we hold the space, we hold the light. And then we bring it up into our throat, and we express our love in anything and everything. And that's our job. And you're seen as the light seed that you are. And you light up your third eye with no doubt that you're doing a good job. And you know you're doing a good job. As you bring it into your third eye crown, and you wear your crown beautifully, very beautiful crown. And you wear it, and you feel good about that crown. And you tingle that telepathic notch. The more you understand, the more the notch opens up. And you bring it out, 18 inches, that golden, yummy light for everybody to munch and crunch, for everybody to experience. Because that's what we are. We're light seeds. We serve up light for all to munch and crunch. But most of all, we gobble it ourselves. It's really important that we get the most, and we just keep that cycle and that orbit going. And when you don't understand, when you're like, how could someone do that or be that way or whatever, then you watch it on your aura. And in that watching and understanding, you can't judge that guy or girl. You can only understand them. And that's the goal. To understand and to radiate that light as much as you can. A lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. We need a lot of light. So let's do our job. This is it. Walk around being that cocoon of light and the light seed that you were born to be, so that you can evolve at the fastest, highest rate possible as the earth shifts upward into a higher dimension that we are all so ready for. So you know what to do. And I'll see you next time.